look at the first one, the Anambra governorship election. We thought we'd just touch base with them over in Anambra, and we have Mr. Daniel Ezegwe. He is the senior media aide to Anambra's Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. So a fine morning to you, Mr. Ezegwe.
Yori, thank you very much. Good morning. Glad to be here with you this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We thought we'd just check up on the progress of your preparations, because everybody's preparing, and there are those who have made it their business to unseat the occupant of a government house. It is their democratic right to try, but how well do you see your preparations against any such eventuality?
Oh, we don't see any eventuality. Or what we see is certainty. We've been preparing very well. Remember, about 2 weeks or so ago, the governor inaugurated the Anambra Campaign Council, made up of people who are grassroots, people who understand the vision, people who understand the politics. And that's to add to the campaigns, intense campaigns, grassroots campaigns, and everything that the governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has been doing. So the preparations are quite, our feet are on the ground. The people of Anambra State are solidly behind the party that identifies most with them, the party that identifies with their culture, their philosophy, their ideology, and all of that. So it's a positive environment for us, and rest assured that come November 8th, we'll be singing one song, and it's a song of victory. Victory for Apuga, victory for Professor Chukwuma Soludo, and victory for the people of Anambra State.
Indeed. Well, everybody is listening, and we certainly wish you the best, but every contestant, as you know, is saying, some version of what you have said. Now, it is often said that when it comes to a second term for any governor, his first term and his achievements, what he was able to do, oftentimes is a lot more important and helpful to him than anything you can do by way of campaigning. Are there landmark, matters that you think will stand the governor in good stead? We are seeing some pictures right now. I don't know if you're also seeing them. I think the roads over there have also always been a challenge.
Yori, I think if you have your ears on the ground, you will know that we are talking about an administration that is firing on all cylinders. Right from the day he was sworn in on March 17th, 2022, the governor began work the day he was sworn in. The next day he went to Oboko. I don't know if you heard about Oboko. Oboko was one of the largest urban slum in Southeast Nigeria. The next day he went there, and that was the day that the transformation of Oboko began. And today Oboko is a new city. The governor has been firing on all cylinders, over 867 kilometers of road awarded, now completed over 641. We talk about recruitment of over 8,115 teachers, over 1,000 health workers. And we talk about the truly free education that is currently on in Anambra State, from basic to secondary. And you talk about a lot of things that the governor is doing, free antenatal and free delivery services, including the cesarean section in all the public hospitals in Anambra State. And you talk about the 33-year-old Jinx, the new brand new light city, the Anambra government, the new Anambra government house and governor's lodge, that the governor, we call it a mini city, a Vatican, something that has not been seen in the history of Anambra State before. And the governor, presently, the governor is dualizing all the trunk A roads in Anambra State. Even the trunk A roads, I hope you know they belong to the federal government. They fall under the jurisdiction of the federal government. So, and a lot of things. 5,000 youths have been trained under the 1U2 skills program, empowered. In a few days' time, we have over 8,300 of them that have been trained already, and they'll be empowered. So the governor is not resting. He's a man that came with a vision, a very strong vision. He's a man that's working day and night sleeplessly to make sure that he brings good governance to the people of Anambra State. And remember that the governor has been able to do this thing without borrowing a dime. As a matter of fact, I think he's probably the only governor in Southeast Nigeria that has not borrowed a dime to do all this thing. But he has outperformed his peers. He has outdone other governors. And the people of Anambra State are not looking out for anyone else, because the man they've been waiting for is already here. And he's doing this in such a manner that has not been seen in the history of Anambra State before. So people are happy, and the governor is not resting on his achievement. For him, he's just starting. It's just the beginning of good governance. So the plans he has for Anambra State, are so big that it's not something that will be achieved in 4 years. And our people are ready to give him another 4 years to consolidate the things he's already started.
Okay. You know, I was going to ask you what has been able to be achieved about in the labor sector, youths and employment. So you touched on it briefly there. Would you like to expatiate a bit on that?
This is an administration that considers that puts a high premium on human capital development, which is, we're talking about education. That's why I've told you that education in Anambra State in public schools is now completely free of charge, from basic to secondary. You don't pay a dime. So, and that's a nexus of smart vision that the governor came up with. And now the governor, to make the whole thing solid, first of all, I told you that he recruited 5,000 teachers first, and another 3,115 teachers, bringing the total number to 8,115 teachers. And remember, he did that in the first 2 years of his administration. Now, after that, he comes to the health sector, where over 1,000 health workers were recruited. And it comes to the area of youth empowerment, which I've told you that we have a training program that was called One Youth, Two Skills. What it means that for every youth that undergoes the training, the person must have learned at least two skills to better their lives with. And these youths are not just trained; these youths are trained and empowered to take care of their future. And as a matter of fact, 1,000 of those youths came out the other day to thank the governor and to tell him that they are now millionaires. 1,000 of them, youth millionaires. And they're now thanking the governor and have been opting to use their own resources and to use the knowledge they've gained to train others. So it's a circle of immense development, and it's a circle of big dreams. Okay. And this is something that the governor is spearheading, as I told you, without borrowing a dime.
You did say so. You did say so. In the agriculture sector, are there things that you are proud of? I mean, things that will, let's face it, I was just talking about achievements. Is there much to talk about in the agricultural sector?
Of course. It's an all-round development, and no sector is left behind. It's a simultaneous development across all sectors of the economy. Agriculture, not left behind. Remember, when this administration came in, it started by understanding the efficacy of agriculture. It started distributing palm trees and all rare trees, palm trees, coconut seedlings to across all the families. Over 1 million seedlings were distributed across all the homes in Anambra State to help households to understand the essence of agriculture, to get into this agriculture, to raise their incomes and all of that. And you should know also that the governor's wife is also spearheading agricultural revolution in Anambra State through her home garden initiative. As a matter of fact, as of today, she has distributed over 15,000 hybrid non-GMO seedlings across families in Anambra State. And people And she's not just doing that. She's doing that leading by example. I'm sure you must have seen videos of her in her own garden. It's not about giving out to people. And she's leading by example. She has her own garden at the government house where she has different varieties of crops. So she gives out these seedlings to families to help them understand the need to go back to subsistence agriculture, which is about providing food for their families, providing organic food for their families, and again to help them understand that through that they can go into commercial agriculture and to help the economic base of their families and economic base of Anambra State. So the governor's wife, through her NGO, Healthy with Noel Soludo initiative, has been leading a massive agricultural revolution in Anambra State, something that has never been seen in the history of Anambra State. As a matter of fact, she's the only governor's wife in Nigeria that did something in that regards. Over 15,000 packs of hybrid seedlings, 15,000 packs of hybrid seedlings distributed across families in Anambra State. Imagine the return that will bring to homes in the next 1 year, 2 years, and thereabout. So it's a massive stuff that we're witnessing here in Anambra State. It's a collaboration of big dreams. The governor's wife is doing from her own end. The governor is doing a bigger one from his own end.
Okay, all right. All of this is, pretty good news to hear. But before I continue, Mazi Okorafor has come on the line and he wants to join the program. Good morning, Mazi.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Anambra in the studio. Honestly speaking, you see, the Anambra election is another step in the sense that we know that at the end of the year, the next chairman will be just stepping aside. But the question now is, there is need for the ruling government to give everybody a free hand. What they have is free hand in terms of making just radio, houses that belongs to the state. In nice cost in terms of their publicity, and in terms of their billboard, and in terms of their posters. A situation whereby an opponent will come, his voice will come, place their posters. Because of the ruling party, you start destroying their billboard and even fixing taxes that the state is exorbitant, knowing we are giving you, the ruling party, you cannot afford to pay such if they are not in profit. So they need to give a free hand. And the youth in that Anambra State, I'm just begging them. Now, November is around the corner. Don't allow anybody to use you as a weapon of mass destruction, because Anambra is a key state. Key state like that, Oka, anybody going to Aba, you must pass, whether you are going to Benin, whether you are going to Botacot, you must pass through Anambra, whether you are going to Lagos or start coming from East. So that is why election is very, very important. But all political parties must be given a free hand to participate. And I thank God that as things are going on, the issue of this issue, killing, assassin, honestly speaking, the Soludo government should do the needful to stop this thing. It's not healthy for us. We, Nigerians, not the question of people, everybody in this country.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mazi Okorafor. Okay, so you heard him there. Would you like to react to that? Because
Mazi Okorafor was talking about giving everybody a level playing field. You should know that Governor Soludo is a pure Democrat. He's a practical Democrat. So the state-owned media house, which is Anambra Broadcasting Service, you go there, you see other political parties playing their jingles. You don't bring their jingles and they turn it down. It's a level playing ground. You know, what are you afraid of when you know that victory is on your side? So it's a level playing ground for everybody. Everybody is on the field. You've never heard about someone, the government using its powers to against people that are campaigning, against people that are contesting for the election. So it's an open field for everybody. Once you say you want to become the governor of Anambra State, you want to lead Anambra State, come and tell the people what you've got.
All right.
And that's what we're operating.
Let's make room. Let's make room for another caller, Reverend Dominic. Good morning, Reverend Dominic.
Good morning, Chief Jury. Good morning to our guests.
Yes. Please go ahead, sir.
I hope you can hear me. I have two questions.
We can hear you very clearly.
Okay. The first question is this. Are they going to have governmental debate in Anambra? Are they going to have governmental debate in Anambra? Because I want to listen to these candidates. Especially that the candidates I heard his voice on this television from NNP party. If they're going to have debate, I'll be so interested. Okay. Number two, please, Mr. Advisor in Media, why is it that some part of Anambra today...
That is Daniel Ezeigwe.
Yes, the PS. Why is it that the non-state actors are taking over there? And I have not heard Soludo do anything about that security in that part of Anambra State. Also, between Imo and Anambra, non-state actors are taking over there. Why is the government not doing anything? It's good to develop a state. But when you develop a state with infrastructure and people are scared to move around, scared to go to business, what is infrastructure is good, but security is the best. Governor Soludo is not doing anything about the security on this local government I'm talking about. These non-state actors are taking it. They draw people away and occupy it. What the state government is doing.
Okay, Reverend. Let's give Daniel Ezeigwe a chance.
All right, Reverend, thank you very much for those questions. First of all, the governor is not afraid of debates. If debates come, the governor will attend. As far as they come in good faith.
Is it planned? Is any planned? Is any planned? Do you know, or is it too early?
I'm not privileged of that information for now, but there should be plans. It's a big election, and debates come. The governor will attend, and he talked about security situation. He said the border between Anambra and Imo states. I want to correct one impression. You have opposition candidates come up on national television like yours to demarcate Anambra State with what they call insecurity and falsehood, propaganda, half-truths, and what have you. I think
but there is a security issue in Anambra. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. There is.
I think we should have a measure to regulate how people come on air to lie and how people come on air to demarcate our state, demarcate the country because of politics. It's sad. It should be condemned. They've been campaigning, haven't they? Have you ever heard that anyone was attacked during any campaign? Anambra State, as it is now, is one of the safest states in Nigeria. Okay. I'm talking to you from Anambra State. I've not been out of Anambra State in the last 6 months. And everybody is moving around safely. Businesses are going. So people coming to, it's politics, and you always expect them to campaign with something. Right. But I don't expect someone with the right moral rectitude to come and campaign with insecurity. So security situation in Anambra State is very strong. The governor is not sleeping on security. Security is primary. You remember, he can't have development. We wouldn't have had this development, this level of development in Anambra State, this historical level of development in Anambra State, if Anambra wasn't secure. We should ask ourselves the questions.
All right. You know what? I'll leave it at that. I beg your pardon, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. I'll leave it at that because yet another person, Professor Edmund, who is in Enugu, wants to join the program. Good morning, Prof.
Hello, Mr. Yori. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please go on now. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. Well, good morning, my brother. Yeah, thank you for the audience, and thank you to your guest, Bien. Yes, I'm calling from Enugu. I'm from Anambra State.
Okay.
Yes, as a professor, and I don't belong to any political party, but as far as Anambra is concerned, there is no governor. I repeat, there is no governor since the creation of Anambra State that has done what Professor Chukwuma Soludo has done in Anambra State. I'm yet to be contradicted. In less than 4 years, Professor Chukwuma Soludo has done more than all the governors put together that have been in charge of Anambra State. This is not exaggeration. I'm telling you the objective facts. The facts are there. So forget about all these charlatans that are going about castigating Soludo's government. He has been the best. He's been the best. And I bet you, Yori, mark my word today, come November 8th, it's going to be a walkover.
Okay.
It's going to be a walkover because Anambrarians have seen the capacity of the governor. They have seen the capacity of the work or works he has done in Anambra State. As a matter of fact, he has lifted the image. The first list of Anambra State has been lifted in less than 4 years without borrowing a dime. Without borrowing a dime. My brother, there's no governor. I repeat, there's no governor in Anambra State that has performed more than Soludo in less than 4 years. And I tell you, Anambra people are willing and ready to give him another 4 years to complete what he has started. Forget about all these gossips. Yes, there is security problem, not just in Anambra State, security problem all over the country. All over the country. So let's not concentrate on security in Anambra State.
All right.
There are security challenges in all over Nigeria. Tell me any state in Nigeria that is free from security challenge.
All right, then. Thank you, Prof. Thank you very much, Prof. I don't think you really need to say anything, Mr. Ezegwe.
Of course, I need to say something.
What do you want to say apart from agree? You agree now?
No. When these are the things. Forget the fact that these are the things that we would like to hear. When people see the truth, they tell them as they've seen it. Prof lives in Enugu State, but he's from Anambra State. And when people come out to compare and to discredit a man that has given his best, his all to his state, to his people, this is not just politics. This is hate.
No,
so Prof has said
it's the nature of politics.
Governor Soludo remains the best.
All right.
In the history of Anambra State, no governor has achieved what this man has achieved in 2 years.
Okay.
You can do your analysis, you can do your study, you can do your survey. The facts and the stats are there. So forget people that come on national TV to politics with lies and propaganda. It might be acceptable to them, but to moral politics, that's condemnable.
Okay, maybe talk to me briefly about a sort of, I don't know, it seems, if you look at the news media, it looks like there's something of a relationship. Well, there has always been a relationship, but I'm just thinking now about Professor Soludo and Professor I beg your pardon, Professor Soludo and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Professor Soludo has been saying some very nice things about the governor and has been showing that there's a sort of esprit de corps, if one can go as far as that. What's that all about? Progressives?
Yeah. You see, ABGA is a progressive party, and our ideology is unique. ABGA's ideology is the most unique in the country. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the relationship between Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, CFR, and that of the President Tinubu is a very strong one. It's one of a fraternal bond. If you heard the governor the other day, he said he's been friends with Tinubu for over, their relationship has crossed over 2 decades. So it's not just something that began with politics. It's something that began with friendship, trust, and love. And the governor isn't just
and certainly respect.
President Tinubu.
And certainly respect.
Respect, yes, mutual respect. And the governor isn't just supporting President Tinubu because of politics. It's way beyond that. It's about brotherhood. It's about vision. People that share similar vision. And when we say progressives working together, it means that our ideologies match, and we share the equal ideologies of development, ideologies of political management, and what have you. And so far, so good. The president, President Tinubu, has done so well, and we have no regrets about our support for him. And the governor, who is the leader of APGA, has who knows it all, and who has seen it all, has seen that this is the right man for the job at this time, and he demands our support. And you know that APGA has this somehow, it's not written, it's an unwritten convention to support the party in the center, especially when we do not have candidates contesting for the same position. Mm-hmm. So and especially parties that share we share the same ideology with. And as it is now, this is about progressive ideologies working together. It's progressivism and pure ideological politics.
Well, I'm saying, what are you bringing, as it were, to the table? That's what people are going to want to know how serious you are. And you've told me that, well, all matters, have been, arrangements are very much on course. In fact, you make it sound as if you are ready. You are actually ready for the election, even if it were to be tomorrow or next week.
Of course, you are ready. Our house in 100% in order. We are not confused. We are not chasing popularity. You know people that are chasing popularity. We know people that are trying to weigh their popularity to see weigh their popularity for the future. Most of them are not contesting. They just want to test their popularity to get people to know their names. So for the future, all of them know that the governor has done so well. Even one of the contestants came on national television last year to say that nobody should contest against the governor. That the governor has done so well. So they know what they are doing. We wouldn't be happy if it was only Governor Soludo contesting. We need people that to make up the number. So we don't want to beat just ourselves. We want to beat some people. So people are testing their popularity. If I were you, I would have thrown in my towel thrown in my hat to test my popularity. So it's just about a test of popularity. We know who will win the day, and people know our people. The most important thing is that our people know who is their leader, and they know who they are following, and their voices are loud and very clear. It's about good governance, and it's about solution. It's about Governor Chukwumacha Soludo and APGA, nothing else.
Okay, that's Daniel Ezeigwe, Senior Media Aide to Anambra Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you, Yori. Thank you. See you again.
All right, then. Okay. We'll take a break now. We'll be right back. And as I did say at the top, we have two subjects for you this morning. So let's look at Nigeria's housing deficit and the way forward when we come back from this break. Do please stay with us.
Stay ahead with the biggest news stories. Go beyond the news headlines. Experience impactful investigations. Enjoy resourceful news coverage in real time. TVC News at 7 and TVC News at 10 p.m. Live every day on this channel. TVC News. First with breaking news.
Every weekday on Business Nigeria, we uncover the secrets of the financial world.
We analyze the stock market, shares, bonds, and the thrilling world of cryptocurrency.
Facts matter. Our team dives deep to separate fact from popular opinion.
We simplify complex government policies as it impacts your everyday life, helping you navigate the ever-changing financial landscape.
Watch Business Nigeria every weekday at 2 p.m. only on TVC News. First with breaking news.
In a world where news never sleeps, we're taking a giant leap into the future. We at TVC Communications are proud to introduce a new era in news broadcasting. But first, let me introduce my special friend, Olamide AI. Hi, Olamide Human. Is it time to come out yet? Yes, indeed it is. And you can bring your friends along. Meet our new AI anchors, speaking your language and sharing your stories. From English, good day. These are the news headlines, to Pidgin,
better country people, Ona good evening.
Yoruba,
Ekaro, Ekodede Asikoni, Shedadalabayi,
Igbo,
Ndewo, Auto Innovation, Ahambu Obada Samson Ejuro,
and Hausa.
Mutane na sanar da zuwa, sunana Raki Abdulkarim kuma kana kallon TVC News.
We are bringing the news closer to you. Faster, smarter, and always reliable. And together, we are shaping the future of news for every Nigerian, everywhere. Innovation, connection, and trust. The future of news is here.
TVC News, first with breaking news. And now first in Nigeria with AI news anchors.
Welcome back. Let's talk about a subject that I think just about every Nigeria is aware of. I'm talking about the housing deficit in Nigeria, by which I think it is meant that we don't have enough houses. It's not like in many other places of the world, perhaps more fortunate where, people are, many other, people buy one house, get rid of it, buy another one. In fact, people are buying houses according to their stages. When you're newly married, it's a different setup when when you're older than that. But let me just ask our expert in-house, Dr. Femi Oshofora, who is a certified real estate entrepreneur. And I'm happy about the entrepreneur bit because that means you've been in the mix. And he also is a property consultant. Let me start off by asking, how bad is the housing deficit in Nigeria?
All right. The housing deficit in Nigeria is so much because if you look at the rate at which people are really coming into different states, the population is becoming something else.
Yes, there's a high mobility of citizens.
Exactly. So the population is really causing a lot of challenges that makes people not to have
in some states or all states?
Most states.
Most states. Yes. I can understand that being the issue in maybe Lagos, for instance, Lagos, the most notorious.
As well as Abuja and Port Harcourt.
Okay, those three.
Those three are so much. The rate at which people come into the state is so much, and then we have a little provision for housing for those people.
But government keeps on, government has always been saying that they are working on it, housing estates. The way government is going about it, I don't know what you think, but it doesn't seem that it's going to be adequate in terms of, supplying the need of Nigerians.
Now, the truth is that the government cannot do everything. So government needs to partner with private ownership, private sectors. Like we have a quite number of developers in Nigeria. Then we also have an association called REDAN, Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria. If government can, partner with, private sector and as well, this REDAN to ensure that this challenge is tackled, it will really bring down, the deficit in Nigeria.
People talk about mortgages, and we know what the economy is doing. And everything is based on the, on whatever the rate is. There was a time we used to hear stories that mortgages used to work in times past. But now, with the cost of everything having escalated, I doubt if mortgages nowadays can actually do what it used to do some time ago, which is provide for the house, and then it's a matter of paying back.
Okay, sir. I would have even loved to even say, let me even say it this way, that mortgage could have been the best way to approach this challenge.
Okay.
Mortgage, and then government coming into partnership with real estate developers. But now, is mortgage system, is it really working in Nigeria? What about the interest rate?
Yes.
So these are things that are really bringing down a lot that are causing a lot of challenges, especially to housing development in Nigeria.
So it's tied back into the economy and the struggles that the economy has.
In fact, the struggle is so much because, look at it, number two, is we also look at the inflation. Things are really very expensive right now. I remember in one of our estates, exquisite estates that we were having some project in that estate around about 5-6 years ago. The cost of cement then was about 3,500.
Can you imagine?
But now, there's there are about 3 projects we are developing now. The cost of cement, when we bought it, was about 10,500. So things are just skyrocketing, and then there is a need for us to look into this and find a permanent solution to this.
That would be the silver bullet. What would be, I'm interested to hear what you think as an expert and somebody who is involved in this sector. What would be the way forward?
Okay, the way forward, like I said, is number one, let the government partner with some of us that are developers, private developers. Number two, they should make our documentation seamless. The documentation process with the government is extremely stressful. If that is made seamless, it will cost a lot. It will bring a lot of solutions to this challenge.
Tell me a bit about that so that one can understand, because unfortunately your area of specialization is people don't know about it because you're asking me about me. So that is what. So a lot of people are dark. They're in the dark about what it takes. So how do you mean?
Okay, this is what I mean. Now, there are two ways you can process your documentations. You can either process your documentation directly from the government, or you go through professionals, maybe developers, real estate entrepreneurs, to help you out to do that. So the first one is, now, while you are carrying out your documentation process with the government, how long does it take before approvals come out?
Okay. That is in the case of people who want to be investors.
Who want to be investors. Perhaps you want to maybe have your own personal development in wherever, maybe in Lagos or whatever in Nigeria. So what's the process of development? I mean, documentation. And how easy is it for you to get those approvals? That's one. So then secondly is, getting some of these developers. Because this challenge has brought a lot of developers to do something that is not legal. Okay. And then we also need to sanitize this. In fact, that's one of the things that Redan is doing, to sanitize the system. And
Redan being Real Estate
Developers Association of Nigeria. So they are doing so well to ensure that developers are doing the right thing, despite that there are a lot of economic challenges that is affecting our operation system, our development, and whatever we are doing at any of our estates.
And what you're just talking about, doing the right thing, there was a time when it was a lot easier, although the right thing should be easy all through, but there was a time when it was a lot easier in terms of, we're talking about money now, we're talking about the cost of things, but now people are cutting corners and we are seeing the resultant effects. Unfortunately, Nigeria is not a stranger to news items about collapsed buildings and all that kind of a thing. It's a problem. People who can't go through the right path, not developers like you, are talking about, look, I must do something by myself, and they grab hold of non-pros who have experience. It's a bit like like in the hospital where there are, people who are really, I can't remember, attendants. Who then carry on like nurses or doctors when they get the opportunity, simply from having been observing the real world nurses doing it. But one moment, as I was going on, I just remembered Kesandu, Mr. Kesandu in Owerri.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. So sorry to have kept you waiting.
No. It's still part of the whole thing.
Okay.
Good morning to your guest. It's fine, sir.
Yes. Okay.
I want to start by saying it's a very, 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 very important conversation. And as we all know, this is when it comes to the listing of the basic necessities of man, housing is second, it's shelter. And it's quite unfortunate where we are today at the moment. Growing up, I used to see those housing estates being done by government, you understand? And you can agree with me that with all the whole thing that is happening in Nigeria today, vis-a-vis the issue of workers and money, is an issue. Because if you consider what Nigerian workers are earning, for instance, it is difficult for somebody to actually get a decent building of his own. We can even talk about what rent is even costing in Nigeria for today. So please, I feel government has a whole lot to do. Like you rightly said, the guest. Government should partner with some individuals, some groups. We can get some of these things done. It is possible. There are lands scattered all over the states. I don't even know what some of these state governors discuss in their meetings. Because when it comes not to bring the essence of governance is security, so I want is welfare. And I can tell you, one of the primary things Nigerians want is shelter. roof over their head. You see all these people loitering about and sleeping under the bridges, causing havoc and nuisance in the society. This is how it starts. But I can tell you, if somebody has a decent roof over his head, it becomes safe for us to address certain issues. So I am calling on state government and federal government. Let us go back to that time where the government can come out, because we are seeing it. You see, a politician will build some skyscraper that is not even using. Can we actually develop some of these lands? If you cannot do it, let us use these estate developers and get it done. You can be extracting little money from the salaries. Teachers are ready to pay. So please, this is very, very important for us as Nigerians. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You agree?
Yes, yes. I 100% agree with what he said.
But the point is that the state of the economy, inflation, and as he was saying, after food, of course, the other thing is you want a roof over your head.
Yes.
And it's like an impossibility right now. It's like, I mean, what would be your suggestion for the teeming number? Because apart from that, the challenges, then there are fraudsters in the mix.
Yes.
That, again, is another problem. In fact, I was reading, it was in Ogun State, that no less personality than KBACs, 2 KBACs are actually going to be arraigned before courts for land grabbing. I mean, it's as bad as that. It's as bad as that.
So on that, sir, yes, I used to say that because to avoid some of these fraudsters, before you can say you want to buy any property, it is important to carry out your due diligence. Due diligence is not just the genuinity of the land. It is also the genuinity of the person who is selling it. Because a property can be genuine and the person selling it is fake.
Yeah.
A property can be in a very sensitive and strategic location, and the documentation might have issues. So when you're buying properties, first, confirm the track record of whoever that is selling. Number 2, confirm the genuinity. Engage professionals. So some people don't want to spend money to engage professionals, and then at the end of the day, they fall victim. Now, yesterday somebody was asking me that are there still is real estate in Nigeria not a scam? I said no, it's not a scam. Just that people do not really carry out their due diligence. And then, like I said before, the government needs to, like Redan is trying to sanitize the system to ensure that those who are carrying out the real estate activities in Nigeria, they are licensed, they are qualified, and then they are well schooled. So, and then they also ensure that sometimes they have some representative to go to some of their estates and their companies to confirm that these people who are Reader members are genuine. I also belong to one of the committees. I mean, yes, committee. So it is important for people who want to buy any property to carry out your due diligence. Engage your lawyers, engage your surveyors, engage professionals.
All of these people you have to pay.
You have to pay them.
You have to pay them.
Yes.
And most Nigerians, not all, but most Nigerians, that's why you were saying earlier that people don't want to pay for the right thing.
So that is why you see most of these collapsed building, because people don't want to pay for quality. They just want to pay for what they are based on their capacity.
Yes, and
because
what they will
whatever the documentation, when you carry out a soil test in any of your land or property you want to develop, follow exactly what the soil test says. Don't say because the soil test is saying, okay, in all of this, a professional is telling you that you are going to need 200 million for your foundation. Don't manage 50 million.
I'm happy you actually mentioned the figure. It's because sometimes the figures are so scary that people say, look, let me just keep quiet. You might say an appreciable amount. But we have situations where it's not because you want to build a 25-story building. Some that you said it might well be shall I say, happy lot of the person who wants to do this. And your expert is telling you that we're going to need 200 million on just the foundation.
Just the foundation.
It
is important to note that if you don't have that money, it is important to leave the project for now.
Yeah.
Rather than just patching up things, bringing up the structure, and at the end of the day,
catastrophe. That's not.
So it is important to follow whatever a professional is saying.
How about the authorities who are the regulators? That's another challenge because all of these are infringements, and they will not be tolerated, and they have to come down. Now, I use the word suddenly in there, but I need to explain that. I didn't mean it that they just wake up at... it's not suddenly like that. In fact, the word suddenly was wrong. Yeah. Because oftentimes we've heard from the authorities that 4 or 5 years ago, we've been talking about these matters, that you can't do this, you can't do that. But at the end of the day, we get, apparently approvals come through one way or the other. We don't know. You don't hear often of this kind of a thing. In fact, remember that there was one unfortunate incident in Lagos where a whole luxury something collapsed. And this is a person who had been successful in this field in South Africa, had been successful in this field in the UK. But when it came to Nigeria, only God knows what happened, where the whole structure just collapsed. And that brought up another conversation about the quality of supervision and the quality of knowledge in that sector. Are you satisfied that we do have the knowledge? That is talking about real estate pros now. We do have the knowledge. So what is the problem? What is the problem? Is it that people are not obeying? Or people, is there collusion between those who are regulators and builders?
Okay, now, see, here, sir, I would say that we do have the knowledge, yes. We have the knowledge, we have the expertise, we have the qualities and the qualifications. But the challenge is that a lot of people do not want to fully comply. They don't want to fully comply to whatever the document is saying.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are...
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just got a call. We just got a call in from Ireland. Okay. You know, and it's Benedict calling in from Ireland. Good morning, Benedict.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, please go ahead. A question or observation?
Yeah, my question is, most of these houses, estates that are built all over in Nigeria, in my own opinion, I think they are overpriced.
Okay.
You know, why I say so is because some of the buildings, you have to construct toilets of your own. You have to buy generator where there's no electricity. You have to connect pipe-borne water for drinking water. But if you go to other places like abroad, all these things are supplied to the house, and the value of the house is
it reflects
well priced.
Yes.
But over there in Nigeria, you see that most of these prices are very high. 1 million, 3 million to buy a house. Even when you decide to buy it, the mortgage, they will tell you to pay half of it before as a deposit. And also, they give you 1 year to finish the balance. In abroad, you can take 10, 20 years to pay for a house. So most of these things are overpriced. They should try and see how they can collaborate with the government and bring down these prices of houses.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Benedict, calling in from the Republic of Ireland.
All right. Let me respond to that.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I think I like the last thing you said. He said that the government should come into the system and then partner with the developers. However, properties in Nigeria, they are not really overpriced. There are some that are overpriced. Now, because if you compare Nigeria to other countries, like the UK, the US, the economy is standard over there.
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria here, we do almost everything by ourselves.
That's right.
Number two, the cost of material here in Nigeria is now becoming something else. And the developer must also factor in his profit. Are you getting me? So, number three, you also need to understand where are you buying the property. There are about 4 things you should look at when you're buying properties. A prime area, developed area, underdeveloped area, and developing area.
Okay.
Those are 4 areas. Now, if you buy from a prime area, you should know the price will not be as same as maybe developing area or underdeveloped area.
Okay.
The cost of material everywhere is the same in Nigeria. Everywhere is the same. But the location and the development around the location where you want to buy your property is what matters. So secondly, like I said, the economy, the inflation is really, really affecting the growth and the business of real estate in Nigeria. So therefore, now when you look at those who are now low-income earners, middle-income earners, what do we have for them? That's why you see most real estate companies that are into housing, they have a flexible payments plan.
Okay.
You can spread your payments.
Okay.
Some do call it off-plan sales. You have your off-plan sales. You know what you want to build. You have everything with you, and then then you key into the off-plan sales. There's some you just say I want to pay across as 12 months, 18 months, so that this challenge we reduce, and then we can reach out to those who are middle income earners and low income earners as well.
So we just have to keep on working at it to get it better, but it's not going to be a quick fix, bearing in mind the backdrop against which we must exist and live our lives. Well, Dr. Oshofo, I want to thank you very much for coming along to enlighten us. And we also thank those people who called in, especially Benedict. He's a Nigerian voice. That voice I heard is Nigerian. So it was very important that he called in, asked that question, and you were able to put some perspective on it. Thank you very much. I think also other people called in, and we thank everybody who did call in. So thank you very much for coming on our program.
Thank you so much, sir.
We're going to have to leave it here for now, but do please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Iyori Folari. Bye-bye for now.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Are you ready for a clearance sale deal that will transform your kitchen? Tired of spending endless hours in the kitchen, struggling with bulky appliances? Cooking should be a delight, not a chore. Tired of messy cleanups from kitchen tools that never seem to perform as expected? Do you wish there was a single solution to handle all your blending, chopping, and grinding needs? Introducing the CookX 4-in-1